Okay, kind of this definition refers to more things. Okay, to more aspect of classroom management. Like this definition refers to teachers and school. Okay, yeah, and refers to behavior of students in classroom setting. Okay, yeah, and also mention things like the purpose of classroom management is to enhance pro-social behavior and increase student academic engagement. Sure. Okay, when the class is managed well, so students have more chance to participate in the meaningful activity or lesson-related activity by the teachers. Okay, that's why classroom management can increase student academic engagement. Okay, thank you. And then, yeah, we have different definitions by different experts. Okay, and actually, the definitions that you gave in the chat box are somehow similar to the one by the expert. Okay, yeah, thank you for that. Okay, and next one. Now, why is classroom management important? You always say that you have to manage student well, okay? Or this teacher doesn't manage her class well. Her class is very noisy, okay? So why is classroom management important? Okay. Why is classroom management important? And and we have a lot of conferences, and we have a lot of things like seminars about kind of philosophy management, or we have a lot of training, okay, related to teaching methodology and related to things like classroom management skill, okay. So it means that it is very important. Uh-huh. If you just type the word the importance of classroom management in Google, and you can find thousands of results. Yeah, it is very easy to find that. It means that it is very common, it is very popular, and it is very important. And you can find a lot of research about classroom management, okay, by different experts. Mhm. And now, everyone, why is classroom management important? Please. Now, why is classroom management important? Miss Vân are you there? Why is classroom management important? Miss Ngô Thị Vân Anh, number 57. You raise your hand, right? Oh, yeah, oh, the chat box. Okay. This is a private message from the chat box. I think classroom management is very important because the teacher uh, use classroom management skill to make students follow the lesson and make students participate in the activity so students can learn a lot English. Okay, yeah. In this case, you are talking about classroom management in English classroom. Okay, thank you. Yeah, you're correct. Because when teachers have good classroom management skill, so she can organize a lot of activities. Okay, and by participating in different activities, students can improve their English. A chance to practice English a lot. Thank you. And one more message. It is a public message. Okay, thank you, Miss Wu. Um, Classroom management is important in the classroom because it supports the proper implementation of curriculum development, developing the best teaching methods and putting them into practice. Sure. Thank you. Yeah. Support proper implementation of curriculum development. Sure. Thank you. Yeah. It's kind of professional one. And developing the best teaching method and putting them into practice. Thank you. Okay. And teacher Sam, it is relevant because it serves a main tool through which lessons can be appropriately executed. Okay, yeah, thank you. It serves as a main tool, sure. Yeah, without classroom management techniques or without kind of managing classroom well, so teacher cannot carry out, cannot organize the activities for students. Okay, like in the lesson, if you don't manage your class well, okay, and your student make noise, your student run around. Okay, so how can you organize activities in the lesson? Sure, thank you, teachers. Okay, yeah, and one more message. It is a private message actually. Actually, you can send the message to everyone because we are sharing. And when you give opinion, there's no right or wrong opinion. There's no right or wrong answer. Okay, you can talk about your opinion. Okay, yeah. So feel free to do that. Uh-huh. If it is a private message, uh, classroom management is very important because it helps the teacher maintain the order and it helps the student follow the lesson. It helps student learn a lot because when the class is in order, student can enjoy a very what sorry very favorable learning condition. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, your answer is somehow similar to the answer of of other participants. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. So now let's talk about why is classroom management important. Okay. On the screen, you can see the results from different research. Yeah. So research suggests that all students are motivated to learn as long as there are clear expectations. The tasks and activities have value and the learning environment promotes intrinsic motivation. Okay? Yeah. This result has been pointed out by different researchers in different research. Okay? Yeah. So now I would like to give the reasons why. I would like to talk about the reasons why classroom management is very important. There are a lot of reasons. Okay? Yeah. And here are the main one. Number one, yeah, a message in the chat box. A very well planned lesson without a proper management skill will definitely be a flop. Yeah, thank you, teacher Sam. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Sure. Yeah. Sure, a very well planned lesson without a proper management skill. Yeah, sure, will be a flop. Sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Even when you prepare your lesson very well, okay, you want to organize a lot of activity. You plan to organize a lot of activities in the lesson, but then you cannot organize. You cannot. Sorry, you cannot manage your student. You cannot manage your class. Okay, so you cannot organize those activities effectively, successfully. Thank you. Okay, so the first reason, it helps create a conducive learning environment. Number two, it helps avoid waste of time and energy. Number three, it helps boost the morale of the teacher. Number four, it informs students about what is expected of them. And number five, it increases the task time and reduces classroom disruption. Number six, it helps form responsible individual in society. In society. And number seven, parents become happy for the investment in their children's education. Okay, so now let's talk about the first one. It helps create a conducive learning environment. Sure. You know, with good classroom management skill or when the class is well managed. All right, students have many chances or have a lot of opportunities to join the meaningful or the lesson related activity. Okay, yeah, and then instead of just listening to the teacher yelling at other student, or instead of just looking at other student running around, or instead of just running around, okay, or doing something they like in the lesson, they can participate in different kind of meaningful activities which are related to the lesson. For example, if the teacher teach a lesson about fruit, yeah, and then in a lesson she can when the class is well managed, so she can ask students to do different activities like lesson everything, okay, play games related to the lesson, and then after the games, after the activities, students kind of learn by heart the new words, learn by heart the grammar structure, or can practice the grammar structure, can use grammar structure in the conversation. Okay, so it helps create a conducive learning environment. But if the classes are not well managed, so students run around, teacher yell at student, okay, teacher cannot cannot conduct the activity that have been planned. Okay, so student cannot learn anything, or student do not learn a lot. Okay, it helps avoid waste of time and energy. Okay, so when the teacher manage a class well, when the teacher manage a class well, so or when the teacher have effective classroom management skills, or tips, okay, so she can save a lot of time, like instead of yelling at student, instead of asking student uh, to keep silent all the time, so she have rules, for example, okay, she can use very effective rules, and she can use that very effectively in her classroom. Okay, so she can save a lot of time. Instead of asking each student to keep silent, she just say rule number one, keep silent, like that. Okay, so students are very familiar with that, and then they keep silent. She can save a lot of time and energy. Okay, instead of kind of yelling at student all the time, she save the energy, and then she organize other students. She play games with other students, with all students, with most students, and then she have conversations in English with students. Okay, yeah, it helps boost the morale of the teacher with effective management skill, with effective classroom management skill. So the teacher like become the master of the class. And when she enters, student keep silent. Okay, student listen to the teacher. Student follow what she asked them to do. Okay, so she become the master of the student, and student obey her, and then she have more chance to organize the activities. Okay, and next one, it informs students about what is expected of them. Okay, so when you manage your class, okay, you may use kind of different classroom rules. Okay, so when you organize, when you inform the rules to the student, or when you manage the student with rules, so they know what they are allowed to do and what they are not allowed to do. Okay, like for example, when you say don't be late, or keep silent when the teacher is talking. Okay, so students know that okay, they are expected to be keep silent, to keep silent. They're expected to listen to teacher. Okay, things like be nice to others. Our students know that they are expected to be polite to others. Okay, they are not allowed to kind of hit other students or argue with others in the classroom. Okay, so it informs students that, and it increases the task time and reduces classroom disruption.
It's like I'm sending
Yeah,
video now. I call my want to say 2 days or 3 days now. So when you need that WC, we cry sending my precious time.
sorry, teacher Sam, you have opinion?
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, okay. I think yeah, you are talking to someone else. Okay, yeah. So it increases the task time and reduces classroom disruption. So when the teacher has good classroom management skill, so she can keep the class in order, so she has more time to organize meaningful activities. Okay, and then the teachers do not have to stop all the time to ask students to keep silent, to ask students to participate in activity, or to ask students to do the kind of exercise or thing like that. But they are familiar with that, okay, through the classroom rules, for example, okay, yeah, and it helps form responsible individuals in the society. So in the classroom, students know that if there are maybe 20 students or 30 students in a class, and students know that if one of them make noise, it will affect the whole class because the teacher has to stop and has to talk to them, has to has to ask them keep silent, okay, and then the class cannot run smoothly, okay, so they are aware about the responsibility. If they want the class to run smoothly, so each of them should be silent, should listen to teacher, should obey the classroom rules, okay. So later when they grow up, they also understand their responsibility in the society. Okay, the society is good if each citizen is good, or if each person is a good citizen. Okay, so in the classroom they obey the rules. So maybe in the society they obey the laws by the government. Okay, yeah. And next one, parents become happy for the investment in the children. Sure, when the class is well managed, okay, so students have a lot of chance to participate in meaningful and lesson related activity. And then they understand the lesson well. Okay, they memorize the new words, they memorize the grammar structures, and then they can use the grammar structure. They can say something like that. So at home, when parents check them, okay, when parents ask them about the things that they learn at school, and then they can talk about the things they learn in the lesson, or they can talk about the activities that they join in the lesson, okay, or they can kind of answer question maybe, okay, in the lesson that they learn in the lesson. Like after each lesson, for each class I have a Zalo group, okay, and then after each lesson I often send the lesson content in that Zalo group, okay, and then at home parents know what the kids learn at home. Okay, and I also send the homework. All right, and then parents know what homework the kids have to cover at home. Okay, so at home they may ask the kids, okay, what you learn in the classroom, or they may say the Vietnamese words, and then they ask the kids to say the English words. Okay, yeah, so they realize that, yeah, the kids have learned by heart all the new words, or the kids can memorize most new words that they learn in the lesson, or the kids can answer the question using the structure learned in the lesson. So they're very happy. Okay, but if the class is not well managed, okay, so students make noise all the time, and then you cannot organize a lot of activities. You think that, okay, you may organize two activities in the lesson, but then because they are so noisy, so you cannot, maybe you organize one activity, and then you cannot involve all students to the activities. Okay, you just involve some students, and then at home, okay, of course, in the classroom, they do not have a lot of chance to practice. They do not have a lot of chance to participate in activities, and then they may not remember what they learned. Okay, yeah. So when parents ask them, they cannot answer the question. They cannot say the new words. Okay, like my parents, the parents of my students often ask the children the English words that they learned. Maybe some of them, some parents are very good at English. Okay, so they can talk with the children in English at home. Okay, they can ask children in English. But some parents who are not good at English, they just say the Vietnamese words, or they just show the pictures that I sent in the Zalo group or the Messenger group, and then they ask the student to say the words. the English words. Okay, they are very happy if student can say the name of most fruit, or the student can say most English words that they learn in the lesson. All right, yeah. And then when they believe that when student memorize the new words, when the teachers are happy, so we the teachers can get the trust from parents. Okay, yeah. And next one now, this one is about something like the suitable behavior for teacher. Okay, like I will not yell in class. Do you often yell at your student? No, right? I will not throw things in class. Of course, no. Okay, when you're very angry because students are very noisy, so don't throw things in class. I will not have a temper tantrum. Okay, you should control your feelings very well. I will be always good because you are a teacher in the classroom. Okay, you must be always good. If you are not happy, if you are not well, okay, if you are sick, so you may stay at home and the teacher will teach your lesson. But if you are in the classroom, you should be good all the time. Okay, yeah. So, how to classroom management? Now, everyone, from the beginning of the lesson, we have talked about the importance of classroom management. And I know that most of you here are teachers, are very experienced teachers. Okay? Yeah, most of you here are very good at, most of you here have a lot of experience in managing classroom, managing students. So how do you do classroom management? Can you share us the way that you often manage your class? Now, how to do classroom management? Okay, now, yeah, I think that you are from different contexts. Okay, you are from different schools. Okay, you know, many of you here are from public kindergartens. It means that you must teach a very big class. Okay, with maybe 30 or 40 students, and you have only 30 lessons. You have only 30 minutes for a lesson. Okay, so many of you here, or some of you here, are from international kindergarten or private kindergartens. Okay, so maybe your class is a little bit smaller. Maybe there are 15 or 20 students in the class. Okay, and then you have a lot of time. Maybe your lesson is longer, like 90 minutes or 2 hours. Okay, so now for this question, I'd like you to work together in 5 or 7 minutes in the breakout room. Okay, I'd like you to share with your teammates, in the breakout room. Okay, now I'd like you to share the skills, okay, or the tips that you often use to do classroom management. So in this case, maybe we have 5 rooms. Okay. Yeah, I have put you in different breakout rooms. Please join your breakout room and then talk with your partners. Answer the question, how do classroom